Hi, I'm Bayo, and I'm the host of the What a Joke podcast. Funniest podcast in Africa. Argue with your earpiece. I have the words to back it up.
Which do you prefer, chicken or turkey?
Chicken. No contest.
What is your favorite part of being a podcaster?
This one is kind of tough. So for my podcasts, it's really just me finding out a lot of interesting things and then be like, oh my God, my listeners would definitely love this. And then I put that out. But I think, it's when people tell me that they actually do learn, because it's an educational comedy podcast. So, it's easy to have the comedy kind of overshadow the education, maybe just to try to improve listenership. But for the most part, a lot of people do tell me from every single episode they learn something new in the most unconventional ways. So it's when my audience gives me feedback. Good feedback. Feedback.
How many hours of What a Joke have you recorded?
Well, on average, my episodes are 10 to 15 minutes. Occasionally, I've hit maybe 30 minutes, sometimes a lot less than 10. So let's say my episodes were 20 minutes on average, and I've done 15 minutes. I've done about 68 episodes. We're just gonna pretend that I did all of this math at once and probably cut out all this I'm thinking. But let's see. Over 1,000 minutes. So that would probably translate to 10 to 15, 13-ish hours. Let's say 14 hours. Let's give it, that sounds like a sweet spot. Yeah.
If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I'm not gonna state this for a record. My favorite food is spaghetti. Could I eat spaghetti for the rest of my life? Maybe. Imagine if it was just one really long, infinitely long strand of spaghetti. And then whenever I was tired, I could just bite and stop and then come back later. But, would that work? I think spaghetti, well done spaghetti is probably one thing that I couldn't get tired of. I can't get tired of rice. I don't get tired of rice, but I can. I can't see myself getting tired of rice. So, spaghetti, yes.
Are you a cat or a dog person?
I love them both equally. I can't lie.
Have you ever tried to do something and you knew that you were going to be really bad at it, but you did it anyway? And what was it?
Yes. I bought a drawing tablet because I wanted to learn how to draw digitally. But I can't even draw traditionally, so I still have the drawing tablet. I use it to sign. And when I'm editing as a mouse, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's your most used emoji?
The moon face, the smiley moon face emoji. Yeah, that one.
What's your favorite episode you've recorded on What a Joke?
The Valentine's Day episode from what year? I think 2022. And the reason it's my favorite is because that was the first time I heard one of the staff at Jamit laugh at my podcast recordings, because she was usually in the studio when I was recording and she never laughed, ever. But then I made this funny goat sound, this very sexy goat sound. You should check out the episode to hear what a sexy goat would sound like. And she laughed. So yes, that's my favorite episode.
Talking about goats, if you could be an animal in the world, what animal would you be and why?
What animal would I be and why? Well, like my G, Pythagoras, who, believed in reincarnation. I don't believe in reincarnation. What animal would I be? This is a tough one. I can't even remember what my favorite animal is. I've really disconnected from my Nat Geo Wild roots. But you know what? I think I would be a dog in an American home. Simply because if I'm going to be an animal, let me be able to enjoy the best of both worlds. I can be an animal, but let me also enjoy some Netflix and chill. You understand what I'm saying?
What would the title of your autobiography be called?
Was he serious? Yeah.
What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Well, I think for people who are from Ghana, this wouldn't be strange. But when I went to Ghana in 2022, I had pink rice. I don't know why it was pink. If any of you know why it was pink, please tell me. But yes, with everything I've eaten, all the strange dishes I've eaten, pink rice caught me off guard. Yeah.
How would you describe the color purple to a blind man?
It's, well, do they know what red and blue look like? Were they blind from birth? Have they seen any color before? Purple would be, it's warm, kind of feels fuzzy, kind of feels like it has hair. And the shade of purple I'm thinking of is like a dark shade. It's not lavender. So yeah, it's warm, kind of feels furry and fuzzy and very comfortable. If you've never seen color before, there's nothing I can do for you though.
Name your top 3 favorite Jamit Network podcasts apart from yours.
Apart from mine, of course. Fall of a Nation, Story of the Gods, and Stories That Touch. I like stories.
Name 3 other podcasts aside from Jamit podcasts that you enjoy listening to.
Well, some of them happen to be audio drama podcasts. Okay, so I think the Stuff You Should Know as a podcast. There is The Gospel in Lagos, as per City Church. And then third place has a couple of contenders. I will go with the Bible Project. Yeah, it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I love it. Name like 3 other podcasts from like the guys that you know that are doing podcasts so you can give them a shout out.
Okay, the Ebon Talks podcast. Love it. Love the growth too, Fikemi Aderoju podcast and the Young God podcast.
What accomplishments are you most proud of?
Well, let's see. I mean, this one should be easy. It kind of came out of nowhere. Granted that there was a lot of hustle for votes, but after podcasting for like 2 years, bagged the most prestigious African Podcasting Award. Best in comedy, as they say. Comedy Podcast of the Year, whichever one you want to call it. What a Joke won that. Pew pew. And then like a few months later, I also won a personal award for podcasting. So it's like, yeah, just another day as host of What a Joke.
Any last words?
All right. There's a lot going on in the world today. Every single day. No matter where you live, there's either good news, bad news, mostly bad news everywhere. But I'm here to tell you one singular truth. Don't believe everything you hear on TV. Don't take everything you hear too seriously. Because if you do, without a doubt, you won't be happy now. Try to cut it out. Yeah. Hi again, I'm Bayo, host of the What a Joke podcast, which you can find pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. You likely have a podcast listening app on your phone that you've never used. Check it. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts. I'm going to start mentioning different brands and adding podcasts, Meta Podcasts, Jamit Podcasts. So yeah, check it out everywhere and you'll see it. and you will love it. And if you don't love it, this is a deal I like to make. I will stop my podcast. I'm serious. So yes, check it out.